Yeah, I do. Welcome back, or welcome front if it's the first time joining us. I am Joshua with Weird Gaming Adventure, and standing up right there, giving us an impressive view of his Adam's apple, is Gospel of Gospel.
Joke's
And
on
together we
you.
are the Weird Gaming Gospel Pod. What up?
Joke's on you. I don't actually have an Adam's apple.
That's not possible.
I
You
listen,
are a
dude.
man.
Look, I am a man. I swear to God, I was not born a woman. But look, there's like nothing there, dude. It's just all smooth.
Okay, Gospel. Here, let me cure you of your lack of Adam's apple. Keep going on this diet that you're doing.
All right.
That is making you poop your pants all of the time. Once you lose 12 more pounds, you'll get a really impressive Adam's apple. It's gonna happen. We're cheering for you.
Yeah, well, I mean, even when I was a kid, I didn't have an Adam's apple. Like, yeah, maybe there is fat that's covering it up. You know what I mean? But I'm down like 8 pounds, 9 pounds.
Wow.
So I'm on my
Okay.
way, dude.
Well, I'm up like 8 pounds, so we'll meet in the middle. How's that sound?
Oh, did we
Yeah.
do like, was it like transfer force, the ability? Like I was
It
transferring,
happens.
transfer fat, just fat leaving my hands, going through the air and entering your body.
What the problem was is I did not kneel and do my Terra Kasi Terra TK like meditating. Just it's a problem. But what's not a problem is this episode. We got something special we're going to talk about. We got some exciting patch coming out. A little secret teasing. We're going to tease a little bit about patch that's coming out. We're excited.
Phase 0.5. So not phase 1, phase 0.5. Phase half of 1.
Yeah. Pretty soon, we're going to be making our way towards Mustafar. We've got that coming. And before that, we got a little, some more little patch, a little patch coming out with some fun little trinkets, maybe some content, maybe some different looks of things. We'll talk about that. We don't know specifically what's going to happen, so we're going to speculate a little bit. They said Joshua, they said Gospel. We got a little something coming.
I do know one thing that's coming that Jar Jar's been working on. I think I can talk about it. This is unrelated to what we were talking about earlier, which is the Night Sister theme park. That will be coming. And I'm really interested to see what comes of that. Because first of all, if you're not aware of the Night Sister theme park, I've never done it. It's an NGE theme park that was, done in the NGE. But it has really cool weapon skins, like weapons that are like really top-notch, like melee weapons. Like they look super cool. They have like these water textures on them that flow through the weapon, and it's like it's easily the coolest non-Jedi weapon in SWG. Weapons,
Power
I should
of the
say.
Force flows through their force-wielding weapons.
Yeah, exactly. They're like force weapons, but they're not. It's super
Can you
cool.
pull that up? Can you share one of the photos that they shared?
Maybe.
Maybe you could show it later on.
I could try. I'll see what I can do while we're going through stuff.
Yeah, any weapons, man. Anytime you have something unique, I still remember the day when I was walking around. I think it was like Naboo and Feed or something like that, and I see some dude with the most incredible lance that he ended up getting from the Night Sister cave, and you don't get a lot of those. But you do get a lot of screens here on Gospel's like OBS that he's sharing.
Yeah, sorry, you were asking me to bring it up. You want to see it? You want to see what it looks like?
Yeah, if you could, you might be able to get that up. If not, don't worry about it.
I can get it up.
That's what she said.
It is what she said. Let's see.
Look at that.
Wait, hold on. This is a
Push play.
way worse way to do it. Nope. Nope, that's not what I wanted to do. Nope. That's medic. That's medic.
What do we got here? I swear I saw a purple pill in that. Looks like, hey guys, gospel's got an erection problem.
You know what? I think we'll just wait on all that.
Yeah. All right.
Wait,
well, you
okay, here we go. Here we go.
Okay. Hit play.
I'm scared. What did I reveal? Did I reveal some like personal information, like my address on that?
It was just a pill bottle.
So here, yeah. So here's the whatchamacallit, the unarmed weapon, and then it's animated. You can see it's like a fan on it, and on here it's got this water-like effect that just looks really cool. I'm a fan. Yeah, there's a one-handed weapon, a two-handed weapon, and a polearm that's going to have this effect on it. Guns get left out, but that's okay because the game is full of cool guns. But you know, melee weapons, not so much. This is really cool. This is really unique for Star Wars Galaxies. I've never seen anything like this before in the game.
Melee weapons have received no love in Restoration 3 so far. Everybody's been hitting with those rifles. The weaponsmiths have been devoting all of their time into ranged weapons because, you know, it's the hot ticket.
Yeah.
We melee guys, we deserve to have a little love on our end. So, we'll take it. Hey, while you're at it, why don't you pull up that screen shot that I had sent over to you, if you can.
Boom.
That the devs sent over to me.
Yeah, I got it right here.
Oh man. Okay, let's hold on. Let's look up at that. What do we think's going on here?
It looks like a level 455 boss.
455 double gold thimble. He will F you up.
Yeah. He's going to ruin you.
That is 455. Now, this was teased. This is sent over. And so we're speculating.
Yes.
Let's all speculate. I want everybody in the chat room. We got lots of us in here right now. Clearly.
All four of us.
Copious amount. Hey, don't say that out loud. I will say this is like the lowest like number count than we have had 8 minutes in.
I think it's the fact that we broke regularity. Yesterday my internet was having trouble. It was actually having trouble as well this morning, but it evened out in the afternoon. And the fact that we're not doing it on Thursday night, we're doing it on Friday night, I think that is causing an issue.
We apologize.
Yeah, my bad. It's my bad. My internet, to quote Tourette's guy, "Hello, I tried your internet, the one with the fiber optics, and it made me feel like a piece of shit."
Anyway. Fiber?
Yeah.
Oh, Tourette's guy.
Tourette's guy, yeah. Sorry.
So yeah, Thimble 455. You know what would be really fun? And this guy's attackable here.
He's put in the game as a boss, right? Like as a static boss we can kill.
Let's talk about that. So what if one of the things that you need to do to become a Jedi
is kill Thimble?
Is that you have to kill this unkillable guy. You have to ban the whole server together and just take down this level 455 guy.
Yeah. That would be... Oof. Imagine if he pulls out a ranged weapon. There's no...
It's like AoE.
Yeah, and he's like, spray shot. Just destroys everybody. Just in one shot. Ooh, that would suck super bad.
More dots. We're going to need more dots on this guy.
Gonna need more dots.
And do you remember back in the day, if, say, you were farming an area too long, or there was complaints or something as to what you do, the devs would just, like, drop this. Say you were in Fort Tuscan and you're destroying the whole Fort Tuscan or something, and nobody can do any grinding over there. They would drop like a Tuscan observer on there,
I don't
and he would
remember
just
that.
wipe everybody.
I do remember that Tuscan Observer spawning in and just killing everybody. I do
Yeah,
remember that.
that was like a like one of the devs things that they would do. They would just kill the whole town type of thing. So
Yeah.
that it must have been fun to be a CSR back then. Just secretly ghosting, watching people do something, just like screwing with them if
Yeah.
you wanted to.
I remember, so I do this thing where when I'm in Discord, or back then it was Ventrilo, and I'm
Hmm.
just talking with my friends and I'm not doing anything in game, I start running around in a very perfect circle in SWG. And I was talking to my friend for like 2 hours and I was just running around in a circle because I've got ADHD, so I can do things that come off sort of like autism, but is actually just ADHD. They actually thought
Yeah.
about putting ADHD on the autistic spectrum, but they found it, because it was like treatable or something. They were like, no, let's not. But anyways, I would do this stuff where I just run around in a circle and I'm talking in game. And I was doing this for like 2 hours, and the SWG Emu, the CSR lead, Niffer, messaged me and she goes, "What are you doing?" Like, I just been running around in a circle for like 2 hours talking on Ventrilo, and she sent me a tell. What are you doing? Because it's clearly not macro. There's nothing to follow or anything. I'm just doing it manually.
So are
And
you hitting like a Q and A, or W and A, or W and D like at the same time?
yeah, I
And
was
then
doing
like
that.
then you
Yeah.
mix in like a Q or a W and an A,
And
and
then
then you have a serpentine pattern.
I'd turn my mouse every once in a while, mix it up a
Uh-huh.
little bit. And she just was like super confused. Like, what are you doing? I was like, I don't know.
We're
Talking.
having intense conversations over here in Ventrilo.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh man, Ventrilo days, those were fun. I miss Ventrilo.
Yeah. Do you ever watch the was like Ventrilo harassment videos?
Nuh-uh.
Oh man, this guy, he got a soundboard with Duke Nukem lines,
Your
and
face, your ass. The
I'm
same
gonna.
thing.
He would say things like, "I've got balls of steel, and I'm gonna chop off your head and shit down your neck." It's just really absurd things like that. And he would go
Oh
into
man.
a Ventrilo server of people playing some game, and he was like kind of like a Ventrilo hacker. So they would ban him, and he'd just come right back, and he would just keep playing this soundboard and drive people insane. Like, this one woman started having like a panic attack, like, over Ventrilo. It was very, very funny.
Oh man, that is funny. He probably was masking his IP, so whenever that gets bounced, he'd bounce and run it back. That's
Yeah,
great.
yeah. It was very, very old internet stuff. It was pretty good, pretty good.
No, dude, I miss that. I wish that on Discord they would have like an intro. You know how like when you would go in, you can make it say something, like so it would announce to everybody
Oh yeah.
inside. Mine would always be like, "Gentlemen, behold," like Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
Oh dude, I
Uh,
loved Aqua Teen Hunger Force back in the day.
Speaking of which, we are going to do at the end of this episode, like we always do, our top 5 favorite cartoons of all time. So stick around for that. It's gonna be fun. So
Yes, yes. But anyways, Resto.
mhm.
Um, what else are we getting besides Lord Thimble?
Well, I can't say. I mean, like we were told that we can give it some buzz. So we were told that we're getting a surprise patch. We're not talking about the Mustafar or anything like that, but we are expecting some interesting different things. So maybe, and I'm not saying this is gonna happen, but maybe we get some new ships or something, or a new ship, or a ship that we should have had. Maybe we get some mission terminals. Maybe we get that statue of you and I that we've been asking the servers to do. So
There was supposed to be a a new like a backpack given out to the people who were on like the task force beta team for Resto.
Oh,
So everyone who was like beta testing is supposed to get this backpack, and it's supposed to be bug like, but I haven't seen that. So that'd be new something for me and equipable.
we need that, guys. Like,
I need that.
well, anything that, like I said, anything that's unique is something. I've been playing a lot more Star Wars Galaxies Restoration 3 again. We've got our chat back up, so it's a whole lot easier to communicate in groups. Man, our guild is boom exploding. I mean, you should see. Have you been to our city recently?
I am not.
What the heck? Big shout out to Haley Storm. I mean, she's killing it. Absolutely, absolutely killing it. Everyone, every time I go into Discord, I cannot keep up on Discord. Like, there's so many like requests to get in, and all thanks to her. So, thanks to her. So, if you want to join our guild, Weird Gaming Adventure, just say hey to me in game, Haley Storm. Got all sorts of officers now, so they're wearing the tags. Come say hi to them.
Yeah, that's good. I'm my guild is currently most of my guild is peeled away to Star Wars: The Old Republic right now. They are eagerly awaiting Jedi. That is what they care about. They want Jedi. They want Mustafar. Mostly Jedi though. I'm cool with Mustafar because Mustafar gives me a lot of stuff to do. But Jedi is really, really, really what they want. And so with this point 0.5 content, I do wonder, are they setting the groundwork for Jedi unlock? You know what I mean? Like maybe adding some systems and stuff that would be part of the unlock that we're not... oh, yeah, Thimble. Thimble, exactly, yeah.
Gotta take down Thimble.
Yeah, so I do wonder if they're adding like Jedi, some pre-patch Jedi stuff. You know how like WoW has like its pre-patch before expansions? Yeah.
They start dropping a little bit of files in there and like changing, making some adjustments. So yeah.
Yeah. And then they start building you up for like the so that maybe that's what it is. That's what I kind of feel like it is. I'm hoping that the progression system isn't too far away because that would be nice to have it not too far.
It would be nice. Speaking of nice, if you like Star Wars Galaxies like sandbox MMOs, we are talking about Star Wars Galaxies, then you will like Albion Online. This episode is brought to you by Albion Online, the first true cross-platform MMO. Offers intense PvP, territory claims, and a unique PvE experience. Albion Online, play for free at albiononline.com. Albion Online, tell your story. So go do that.
Yeah, I actually played like a shit ton of Albion Online, like an absolute metric fuck ton. Like I love that game.
I like the idea that it's a cross platform. I remember when Age of Conan came out, like the original incarnation of Age of Conan. It was a Microsoft game. So it was Champions that you could play it on PC, and then you could also play it with your friends on Xbox. Turns out, never happened. You could play it on Xbox, or you could play it on PC.
Right.
They never actually merged it together. So
that is a problem. You know, I heard that they were developing SWG for Xbox, and Halo ripped out all that code because it was bogging down the server and the client.
Really?
Yes.
So they were trying to push that, were they?
Yeah, like way back in the day, they started developing for the Xbox but never released it.
No kidding. You know what? That would have been interesting. It seemed about that time is when I was definitely not a platform gamer, and I'm not a platform gamer. But that was the popular thing. When I came up, PC was the popular thing.
Yeah.
Then it, like, I think Halo changed so many things. You know, well, obviously it was bound to happen, and now it's back. I think that the PC is, look, you can't, there's no there's nothing better than a PC, a mouse and a keyboard and speed, not drugs, but the speed
Right, not the pill bottle you saw
computer.
earlier.
Well, it's attention deficit pills, so
Yeah.
it's essentially speed.
I forgot what that pill bottle is. It's been there for like years. I don't even like. It's like some camera I have back there.
That's funny. That's funny. So yeah.
Oh, what's up, Jar Jar? Resto Binks. NGE was gonna have a console port. Yes. Yeah.
Hey Jar Jar, I thought you couldn't come on the show tonight, buddy.
What's up with that, man? You stiffing us? You giving us the short end of the stick here, bud?
We are glad that you were able to make it in. We're talking a lot of Resto 3 tonight. You came in like right when we started moving away. We were doing it for 20 minutes. Now we're so hey, we're here, Resto Binks, aka Jar Jar. As you can see, Thimble up above. We're speculating. We're speculating here.
Mm-hmm. We are speculating. I'm ready for Jedi, Jar Jar. I'm ready. My guild's ready. My guild's like AFK from Resto at the moment, but as soon as you implement Jedi, they're in. It'll breathe life into my guild and me.
It's all about gospel.
Yeah. So
and as soon as they become Jedi, I'm gonna be hunting them. So
yes, the
Jedi
test will be sick.
Into my credits, my pocketbook. So
yeah. That's right. The thing about that's the special thing about Jedi, right? Is like, we have the NGE bounty hunting system, but Jedi will have their own prices set without even having to kill anybody. That'll be nice.
True. So speaking of, okay, we have bounty hunter. They have their own mission terminals. They have their own missions. Okay, entertainers. They have their own mission terminals. They have their own missions.
Mm-hmm.
You have smugglers. They kind of have their own missions.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be really cool if most of the classes get some unique type of content. Let's maybe get something like that going into the game. I think that would be really cool, huh?
Yeah, that would be cool. Like if you're a TK, it's go to this cantina and get into a bar fight.
Mm-hmm.
Constantly, over and over and over again.
It's like Fight Club. Like one of the rules that they had to do is to go out and pick a fight.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
He goes out, he smacks the Bible like out of the priest's hands. The priest pops him right in the Adam's apple that gospel doesn't have.
I was actually thinking about that last night. Had an idea for doctor missions to try to make more of them play at the keyboard. Interesting. Doctor missions.
Doctor missions. So right there, guys. This patch that's coming out. Jar Jar just said there's going to be doctor missions.
No, he did not say that. He said he was thinking about it. Because you're gonna get people salty. They're gonna be like, "Oh my god, I cannot wait for the doctor missions. I've been in doctor main since pre-CU in 2003, and now we're finally getting missions." And then he logs in the patch day, no doctor missions. What the fuck, Jar Jar? You didn't give me no doctor missions.
They're lining up in a buff line, like, I'm waiting in line like it's 2003, but there ain't no doctor here. He's AFK. He's not ATK. He's AFK. I heard that there on this Weird Gaming Gospel podcast from some guy named Resto Binks, who allegedly is Jar Jar Binks, who allegedly is a dev. And he said, and I quote, that there's going to be doctor missions.
I hated Jar Jar in the prequels, and I hate Jar Jar in Resto.
And Jar Jar's just here to taunt all of us. I mean, if you name your character or anything that you go by as Jar Jar Binks, that is a verbal teabag. So
It's a
There you go.
verbal teabag. Getting teabagged verbally. Oh no.
Hey, you better watch yourself because Thimble's up above us. He will give us a bitch slap of truth with
Dude,
the front and the back of the hands.
Thimble's
He's
just
there. He's there to
watching
regulate.
us. Yeah.
He's there to regulate. So, okay, let's move on a little bit here. Let's talk about we started going that way. We talked a little bit about Albion. Thank you guys for sponsoring the show. Appreciate that. Gospel's been playing some Guild Wars 2.
I
Give us an
have.
update on Guild Wars Peace. Guild Wars
Okay.
Peace.
So, for those who don't know, Guild Wars 2 is obviously an MMO, but they've got a new expansion coming out next February. And one of the things with Guild Wars 2 is it's got a very diverse class system. So when they first launched the game, you had the core specializations, which, is like Guardian, Necromancer, Warrior, Mesmer, all this stuff, right? And then within that, there was these traits, and you could actually change up how your build was, like, significantly using traits, which are a bunch of passives. And then you can also change your skills using change up your weapons, which changes your skills. And then you have utility skills and stuff that you can also change. So there's a lot of build diversity already. Then they added something called Elite Specializations, which add more skills, grants classes, weapons they weren't able to use before, and then like new abilities and all this other like new passives and stuff like that. So it would change up the core mechanics of the class as well. So it was just crazy. Like they just revamped the classes basically, but it's an optional thing, like a build change, and the way you play the build would differ. And then they did this for 2 expansions. They got a third one coming up. It's a lot of fun. The reason I play Guild Wars is because of the World versus World, which is basically like this giant server versus server versus server open world map. There's actually several maps now, and you fight other servers for rank, and it's fun. And there's a matchmaking rating to it too. So MMR, so if like one server just loses a lot, they're going to get paired against other servers that lose a lot. That way, it's more even. In terms of the fighting and stuff, kind of like ranked matchmaking in like League of Legends or CS:GO.
So I played Guild Wars 2 up until a little bit after the first patch. Seems like 5 years, maybe a little bit more. Does that sound about right when the first patch came out?
The first expansion?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the first expansion came out in 2015.
Okay. It's been a long time. I've played lots of games since then. So if I remember right, I might be mixing up Warhammer or something, but all of the zones, essentially, it's really good for completionists. Like if you do all of these different types of missions in these zones, like then you can move on to the next. And you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That I love that stuff.
Yes.
I love how you complete a zone. Even if you are done leveling, you still have not leveled that zone. So there's always going to be something that you could come back and do.
They expanded on that greatly. They keep adding zones. Yeah, they keep adding zones. Like I'm playing through a zone right now called Drizzlewood Coast, and it's almost like the PvP map in that there's like missions to do and events to complete, and like there's this PvE war effort that you have to contribute to. It's pretty fun, and it gives you like a lot of resources and stuff, which are valuable. You can sell them, or you can use them to craft gear or whatever. And then also with the map completionist, it'll actually keep track of the vanilla zones, right? The zones that were before any expansions, or living world, what they call living world seasons, which are like mini expansions. And if you complete these zones, like if you 100% all the vanilla zones, you get like a crafting item that's specific to only doing that achievement per character that lets you craft a legendary weapon. And legendary weapons are endgame items that basically, or legendary gear in general, are endgame items that let you actually switch the stats of your weapon, and they look very pretty and very nice and very animated. And they'll change like your footstep Like when you step, like maybe lightning will be behind you, or when you swing your sword, like it'll show like the sun or something like in the swing, and it'll be like this like painting kind of thing. It's weird. It's very interesting looking visually, and so they give you a lot of stuff for completing zones. It's very much a dopamine hit by doing that. I've actually been doing some of that. I've got like 50% of the world completed so far.
Nice, nice. So, and it just keeps evolving. More patch coming. When is the new update coming?
The new expansion comes out in February, and the one of the big things that they're going to do is they're going to upgrade their engine so that it runs the game better, because currently frame rate and latency is a problem, right? So they're upgrading from DirectX 9 to DirectX 11 in, I think, November.
About time.
Yeah. Yeah, so that the game will run better on computers, because you can have a high-end PC and just lag a lot.
Yeah. Well, it's about time. One thing I really liked was, this is something that started in Guild Wars 1, and I think it was definitely ahead of its time, was the fact that you can essentially modify all of your gear. You had your dyes, you had all of those things, and those are something that end up being valuable because you can change your appearance with certain types of dyes. And since then, lots of games have gone to that, including Star Wars Galaxies with the equip appearance little sub menus there. So that was a cool aspect of that. Okay, well, anything else that you want to cover before we start getting into a little bit of nostalgia?
Nostalgia. Oh yes. I'm playing Guild Wars 2. Tribes of Midgard. I've been meaning to play more of it, but I've been waiting on my friend. I was going to play with him yesterday, but that my internet was going bonkers, so I couldn't really do that. So
Let's do a little housekeeping then. Why don't you subscribe to this stream if you're liking it?
true.
Subscribe. Give this man some love. He is a hard-working streamer. And so
I actually haven't been streaming lately, but I'm gonna continue it on pretty soon here.
Don't do that. I just gave you some love. Then run on over to his YouTube channel and hit that. If you missed the beginning of this show, we will have it on my Weird Gaming Adventure YouTube channel. Usually 2 days afterwards. So,
Yep.
Also, do me a solid. I started a different YouTube channel where it's gonna have like all of our parody videos and stuff that we make for like IGN and stuff. It's called Weird Parody Adventure. Would really, really, really appreciate the love. Give the YouTube algorithm a hit over there.
I linked that in the chat.
Ooh, thank you, kind sir.
Yep.
Much obliged. So, oh, look at that. And we mentioned all of a sudden we get 5 more viewers.
I know, right?
So okay. We're going to talk about our top 5 favorite cartoons.
Yes.
No holds barred. All rules apply. Yada yada. Go for it, yada.
You want me to go first?
Yeah. Duh.
Okay, so growing up, the cartoon that made me laugh the most, and actually made me laugh to tears, was Ed, Ed, and Eddie. You ever watch Ed, Ed, and Eddie? Or is that before your time? Or after your time?
Before my time. Dude, I watched Double Dare when I was a kid on Nickelodeon. Of
I
course,
watched Double Dare as well.
Like slimed. I think I might have heard of it, but I can tell you that I've never seen it. Tell me about it.
It's disgusting. It's so filthy. It's like these 3 kids. They're named Ed, Ed, and Eddie, and they're always out for jawbreakers. Like that's their currency, right? And they're always running scams to get money out of other kids to get these jawbreakers. And I mean, in like the show, the jawbreakers are like exaggerated in size. Like they're the size of like greater than the size of their heads, and they put them in their mouth, and they got this giant ball in their cheek, and It's really ridiculous, but it was just like so stupid of a show. It was like the dumbest show. Like you could probably feel your IQ dropping as you watch it. But like it was the funniest show to me. It was Ed with a 1D, then Ed with 2Ds, who they called Double D, and then Eddie. And Eddie was the one who was always coming up with the scams. Ed with 1D was like a total retard, like just like actually mentally impaired. And then Double D was like a genius. So they had like three different types of dudes.
Each other out.
Yeah, yeah, and so they're always doing really dumb stuff. And I don't know, they like made this one episode where they made this like smelly like air balloon, like it was like an air balloon, like hot air balloon full of like farts and stuff. And it was just, I don't know why when they popped it, it made like this fart sound that like made me cry till I was laughing as a little kid. I don't know why.
You can smell it. I can smell it.
Yeah. And it was like
Oh,
it was
boy.
like burning the town too. Like it was like wrecking all the kids, and they were just like the reactions were hilarious. And then this one character, I don't know what he's supposed to be, like Pakistani or Indian or something, but his name is Rolf, and he would always talk about like his home country and talk
Sure it
about
wasn't Raph?
goats. No, yeah, Rolf Coster. How dare you insult the son of a shepherd? Like he would talk like that and stuff. Like it was
Oh,
pretty
boy.
good. And Rolf turned into a meme on his own on the internet after that. He was like probably him and Ed with 1D was the most memeable characters I've seen on the internet afterwards. So yeah, that's number 5.
Oh man, I'm getting comfortable now, kicking the leg up. Love it. Okay. So, and these aren't necessarily in order, but you want to talk about funny cartoons? It's Archer. Number 1 with a bullet. I mean,
I think
You
I
haven't
watched
seen
the
it, have
first
you?
2. I've seen like the first 2 seasons of Archer, but it's been a while because Archer's been going on for a while now, hasn't it?
it does not stop getting funny. Like
Yeah.
they can recycle the same jokes over and over again. And they don't necessarily do that, but there are some theme jokes that go through, but the way that they go about it, I South Park's funny, you know, that like it's topical funny. South Park's funny. But Archer, the dialogue in there is so cleverly done, it blows me away. You know, I've done a lot of stand-up comedy in my life. You will never be able to take that and parlay that into what they do. It's just absolutely brilliant. And they play off each other. All of the characters in there are just thinking fantastic. Makes me want to be a spy.
Yeah. I do like that about the shows, like the comedy shows. Like there's stuff you can do in those shows that just wouldn't translate to stand-up comedy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's
Oh,
funny,
absolutely.
but it's like you couldn't do that as a stand-up comic. I don't even think you could do that as like a play in a theater or something.
Well, we're gonna we're gonna get off script here, but I like this conversation. We're running a little early. So some of the funniest people that I know, is people that have done like stand-up comedy or everything. Like I've tried to get them thinking, hey, this is gonna be great. You guys come on over and you could do some videos. You know, it's so bad, dude. Like they're stiff. You know, they have to know every line that you're feeding them. You're right. You can't translate one to the other
Yeah.
unless you're Dave Chappelle, apparently.
Oh, Dave Chappelle is like one of my favorites. Dave Chappelle and Anthony Jeselnik are my favorite comedians, but the Dave Chappelle show was so funny back in the day.
Real show.
Yeah. Like it was too
All right, hey,
good.
well, hold that. This is gonna be our conversation next week. So tune in then for top 5 comedians.
All right, sounds good.
All right, it's your turn.
All right, my turn. Cartoon. I don't want to. You know, I didn't even think about the comedy cartoons like The Simpsons, which I've never watched before.
I've never
wa-
seen an episode of The Simpsons either.
Oh my gosh!
Oh my god, high five!
Whoa! We're the
High five! Come on,
Virtual
high five.
5. Oh,
High
here we
five.
go.
High five.
Like
High five.
this.
No,
Like
no, no, no. High five up here.
yeah, yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
we just aggroed him.
yeah. Oh,
We
oh,
aggroed Thimble. We're dead.
yeah. Yeah.
All right, go.
So yeah, I've never seen The Simpsons.
I wasn't allowed to when I was a kid.
Yeah, me neither actually. I have gotten to watch some of King of the Hill,
Mm-hmm.
and that show actually cracks me up. Every episode I've seen makes me laugh, but I haven't seen that much of it as a problem, so I can't put that as my guess or
Okay,
one of my
so you
favorites.
paid homage to it, but it's not
Yeah,
on your list.
yeah. So I guess it would be something like Courage the Cowardly Dog. Courage the Cowardly Dog. You never heard of it?
Never. No.
So, Courage the Cowardly Dog is not really, I mean, it's funny, but it was like a kid's horror show. And it creeped me out as a kid, legitimately, like, fucked with me. It messed with me as a kid. Like, I remember staying up late and watching it on Cartoon Network back in the day. It was scary. They had the creators of that show were really good at atmosphere and creating like this ambience of like stress. And so you'd be watching it and you would just feel uncomfortable watching the show because they had really uncomfortable characters. And even to this day, like watching it, like I was just like, geez, they released this as a kid's show. This is kind of like fucked up. like the situations aren't all that messed up for a kid's show, but like the way they did the characters and the way they conducted those characters and like how they had like this noise in the background, like it always was like Courage the Cowardly Dog was the best. Yes, see, he knows. Riker in '88 knows. It was just like this, like I highly suggest it. Like if you haven't seen it, weird.
I'll look it up.
Yeah, I just be like, wow, they actually showed this to kids. Like it's just, I don't know, it's subtle, but it's weird, and it like disturbed me as a kid. So
I feel like once I became an adult is when cartoons truly became for adults. You know, like the whole Cartoon Network thing, like Adult Swim, that became a real thing that it became like entertainment in a different type of genre, you know, and like not necessarily for kids. You know, we mentioned one of them earlier, like Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
oh yeah,
Funny, loved it. It's not on my top 5, but that ain't for kids.
yeah,
Ain't for kids. That type of stuff. South Park, not for kids.
yep.
So okay, we'll go with more of the for kids nostalgia. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, man. I was one of those very influential or heavily influenced by the things that I'd seen. Maybe that's why my parents didn't want me to watch like The Simpsons because they were afraid I'd grow up to be, you know, me. Be like the way I really am at this age. But yeah, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles was just awesome. Collected the toys. I was Raphael in life. Mimicked him, you know, just super cool cartoon.
The old movies with the costumes.
Oh yeah, the fluffy cartoons.
Yeah, like the old costumes, the big clunky looking outfits
Yeah.
that people were wearing to mimic the Ninja Turtles. That was pretty cool. The movies were cool.
They're all right.
Yeah,
They weren't really good, but as
No.
a kid, they were super cool.
Yeah, they were. Yeah, Ninja Turtles was cool. Yeah, so
Your turn.
Yeah, what else? I watched a ton of is as a kid was Scooby Doo. Tons of Scooby Doo.
Like from the
Like-
early '90s era Scooby Doo.
Like
Where
the
they had, like,
old
the
Scooby Doo.
pop-
Like
pop punk singers doing all the songs.
no, dude, like the old 70s hippie Scooby Doo. Like
Okay.
60s, 70s or 80s, one of the two. I forget what year Scooby Doo came out at, but it's like the Mystery Machine was that hippie vehicle.
Early '70s.
Yeah, early 70s. Yeah, cuz so Cartoon Network came out with another network called Boomerang. Are you familiar with it? Yeah. So I used to watch
Yeah, it
Boomerang.
was Hanna-Barbera, like co-owned by Hanna-Barbera, which is
Yeah.
kind of funny.
Yeah. So I used to watch a ton of Boomerang as a kid, and
Mhm.
I watched like they used to have hours of Scooby Doo, and I would just watch it. I loved it.
Scrappy Dappy Doo was my dude. Like,
Yeah, that was like its own series though. Like
oh, wait.
the show was actually named different when it had Scrappy in it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So that was like a little bit later on then?
Yeah, I think Scrappy was a later character.
Gotcha. Well, they needed to add a little spice, and it's not like Velma and the blonde-haired dude's gonna get together in the show or anything. He's just gonna step on her glasses more because that was the amount of spice that they had back then.
Yeah.
She always got her glasses stepped on.
Yeah. Shaggy was interesting. Well, I mean, Shaggy like was so one-dimensional as a character. You're just
Yeah.
scared of everything. You know what I mean? Like, yikes, Scoob! I don't think that's a good idea, man. Just
Well,
constantly that.
there has to be a balance. Like you mentioned, Ed, and Eddie.
Mm-hmm.
There always has to be like the antithesis of each other, the balance that keeps the pendulum swinging back and forth. So he was the opposite of the blonde-haired guy,
Yeah,
whatever
Freddy.
he was. Freddy, and then they had to have Scooby, which was the star of the show, which was essentially a dog version of Shaggy. And then you had Velma, which was the female version of Freddy, you said? Anyways.
Yeah, Fred or Freddy. Yeah. So that was all right. That was okay.
Okay. All right, so let me go with Thundercats. Love
Thundercats, ho!
Thunder. Thunder. Thundercats. Oh! Yeah. If you ever watched like the old 80s cartoons, that was before my time. I mean, it was during my time, but like I was too young to appreciate them. But as I got a little bit older, I found Thundercats, and I was big into them. Collected the action figures. Panthro was my dude. Super cool concept. Cats, I mean, with legs, opposable thumbs, fighting some sort of I don't know, deadly skeleton type of guy.
I never actually
Why
got to
not?
watch Thundercats. Didn't they remake it?
They did. They remade it in like 2010,
How
and
was that?
you can still find a bunch of episodes, different revisions of those. Yep.
Hmm. That's cool. Let's see. What are we on? Number 4 or 5?
That was my third, and so this is your fourth. Maxius Light says Shaggy equals scared of everything except if you offered him food,
That's right.
including dog food. Apparently.
Yeah. Yeah, because Scooby snacks. Yeah, exactly, dude. That's how you create. That's how the Chinese are creating super soldiers, dude. They're
Yep.
offering their soldiers Scooby snacks if they step on American soil.
And that's also how they're creating COVID.
Yeah, Scooby
Oh
snacks.
crap! I just got demonetized. I said the word.
This episode sponsored by Albion
Oh,
Online.
Jesus. Let's see. 48 minutes, 35 seconds in. Got to clip that out. But, your turn.
All right. Let's see. My fourth. Robot Chicken, dude.
Oh yeah.
Dude, Robot Chicken is like genius, dude. It is so funny.
Yes.
It was so creative. Especially, I loved all their Star Wars episodes. The fact that it's like really short, you could just watch it, and it's constant like skit, 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 skit. It was just, oh man, it's genius. It's hilarious. I love that they're using like dolls with like Play-Doh and stuff. Like,
Animation and all
yeah,
that. Yeah.
the claymation. It was so good. Robot Chicken was like up there in terms of like comedy animation. Like it was so good. Do they still have it going? I haven't watched TV in forever.
I don't think so. I think things like YouTube have kind of put the mainstream, like those type of comedy skits out because anybody can do that now. Not as good, obviously. Nobody has the finances involved in creating all that, nor the skill really, but uh, that will never be topped. Those will never be topped.
Yeah. I love the Centurions as a kid. They had clip-on vehicles. There was air, land, and sea, and one other, I think. What are the Centurions? Do you ever watch the Centurions?
No, we're gonna have
I've
to
never.
look that up. The Centurions, air, land, sea, and one other. That sounds like wind, water, heart. With your powers combined, I am Captain Planet.
It's from the 80s.
Okay.
Yeah, Centurions. They're like cyborg people?
Huh. Power extreme. Huh.
Yeah.
Let me go with for my fourth. We're getting to the nitty and to the gritty, so it's getting a little bit tough here, but a tough of what to eliminate. I'm gonna have to put Transformers. Transformers. Yeah, Transformers is gonna be my number 4.
Transformers is cool. Did you watch
yeah.
Beast Wars?
I didn't like Beast Wars. It was a little too like 3D for my style, and so
And they were animals and not cool cars.
yeah, I didn't even like in Transformers. I didn't even like the dinosaurs because it wasn't cars. It wasn't all that. It just seemed like they were stretching it a little bit at that point.
Yeah.
But yeah, there you go.
Transformers was cool though. They had a really hardcore Transformers movie where they actually killed like Ironside or Ironhide. Yeah, Ironhide. They killed him.
Yeah.
They just killed a bunch of Autobots, and I was like, man,
No kidding. This is like a movie?
yeah, yeah. And like Megatron and Starscream, they like like intercept this Autobot ship, and they bust in, and they just start killing tons of main characters. And it was like from the 80s.
It blows me away that they could actually die because, man, no Transformers ever died in the making of those cartoons.
I know.
Or any G.I. Joe or any of those things. You get blown away, but apparently lasers just, they don't have any damage to you. It's like a video game. You know, maybe you take a little bit of a hit and then regenerate your health.
They're just using an infinite life cheat code.
Yep, God mode.
Yeah, God
like,
mode.
Symbol up there.
Yeah, yeah. No, it got real. It was like real brutal. I was like, wow, they just straight executed Ironhide. Like he was like holding on to Megatron's leg and he just shoots him. And it was like, oh.
Megatron, please.
Yeah, just puts him out. I was like, oh my God. This is a children's show. My God, he just executed him like it was nothing. But yeah, so my last one, this is my favorite animated thing of all time. It's called Gungrave. It's an anime, and it actually came after a video game called Gungrave. And basically, the story of Gungrave is it's these two kids. They're street thugs, and they have like their own circle of friends. And without giving too much spoilers away, their friends die. They make it into the mafia, so they upgrade from street thugs to mafia members. And one of them is named Harry McDowell. The other one is Brandon Heat.
Why wouldn't it be?
I know, right? They have these names, right? And Harry McDowell is like this charismatic, like go-getter who's like always making business deals, and you know that's how he's climbing up the ranks of the mafia. And Brandon Heat is like really quiet, not like kind of socially awkward, but he's a really excellent fighter. So he goes and he is a hitman for the mafia, and that's how he's making up the ranks of the mafia. So Harry McDowell on the business side, Brandon Heat on the violent side, and there ends up, it gets kind of complicated. The relationships get complicated in the show, and Brandon Heat ends up getting betrayed. And
oh, you said without spoilers? There's some spoilers.
Yeah,
guys.
I know, without spoilers, but it's like so hard. It's like that's the whole show. And just don't watch the first episode. If you ever decide to watch it, skip the first episode. It's the dumbest thing ever where they put the end of the show as a first episode thing. After you're done with the show, you can go back and watch the first episode. It's very strange like that. If you can even find it. I don't even know where to find it. Because I've got a subscription to Crunchyroll, and I could not find it. So, Crunchyroll being like the Netflix of anime.
What was it called again?
Gungrave. Yeah.
Gungrave.
And it actually, I've watched it it's like 25, 26 episodes long. I've watched it 3 whole times, and at the end, I always cry. Like, that's a little tidbit. It actually makes me cry.
My little cousin was, I shouldn't say little because I'm like older now, but he's like 5 years younger than me, which makes him older than gospel.
Yeah, it does.
But he was heavily into like anime, and like he came over one time and he wanted to watch his DVD. So I'm like, yeah, all right, toss it in. I chose 300. That was the first movie that we had watched, and then he chose it. It was weird, man, and I don't know if all the anime is like this, but there's like this like person tied to a tree, and then there's like these tentacles like coming over, and it was killing the person or pleasuring the person. Like it was weird, man. And to me it almost seemed like some really
Doesn't get that weird. It does get a little weird towards the end, but it doesn't get that weird.
I couldn't tell if the person was in excruciating pain or something wonderful.
Something wonderful.
I don't know what was going on with that, man, but yeah. Okay, so
So is that your final one, the one with the tentacles that you saw for a brief moment?
That is my one impression of what anime is.
Oof.
And to me, like that ruined it all. Although when I was a kid, there was like a little Sailor Moon cartoon, but I was told that wasn't like real anime.
It is real anime, but it's for girls.
Well, there you go. It was on national television in the mornings.
Yeah.
My wife would say Pinky and the Brain or Animaniacs. That would be like my wife's choices. They were okay. I throw an honorable mention out there. This is tough, so I'm going to throw in the 3 adult cartoons. Couldn't choose between them all, so I'm going to say South Park, Family Guy, and Aqua Teen Hunger Force for the tribunal of number 1 for me.
Yeah.
So.
I would have picked Aqua Teen Hunger Force if I was you. That was
they're all good.
Such a good show.
See, Aqua Teen Hunger Force was either very funny or
not funny at all.
WTF stupid.
Yeah. That was the thing. That show was very, very interesting, especially with Carl, their neighbor. Hey, what you guys doing?
I tell you what, Carl, why don't you clean up your house, change your shirt with sleeves, shave your shoulders.
The ladies love the wife beater. The ladies love it.
Oh yeah.
Well, I'll get some action. You know what I mean? Cha-ching.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yes, Carl. We get it. Any thoughts on the other 2? Family Guy, South Park.
Well, I'm not the biggest fan of South Park. I tell you what, man. I don't know. I'm just a little meatball, and I watch a ton of Family Guy though. I love that show.
Dude, that's good.
Thanks,
you do a great meatwad.
Yeah.
Did you ever see the movie?
I think I did, but I forgot it. Because the movie didn't stand out enough from the show that it was like, it was super memorable,
crap, dude.
Yeah.
The movie was crap, and they knew it because right at the beginning they did this big old like a singing thing. It was ridiculous, and essentially the lyrics was, "This movie's gonna suck, but we got your money anyways." To me, it's like, okay, they already know it's okay.
Yeah.
It's brilliant.
You know what characters were really good was the aliens in that show.
God, what were they called?
I forget. But their tone,
it's gonna be a huge explosion.
Yeah, like their tone
Wait
and
for it.
their
It
show
takes a
is
while.
so great and like stands out from the rest of the characters, you know?
Yeah.
So that
God,
was
what were
good.
they? All right, and what about Family Guy? You didn't like
Family
Family
Guy
Guy?
was good. I watched a ton of Family Guy,
Yeah.
but I liked Aqua Teen Hunger Force better. I felt like Family Guy, like it made like really witty references and skits and stuff, but I really like the WTF factor of Aqua Teen Hunger Force. I like stuff that like isn't normal. You know what I mean?
Family Guy made you literally turn your head several times, and you're ashamed to laugh, but it was awesome. South Park, you were not ashamed to laugh because you know what you're getting into.
I think I've seen
It's gonna.
like 2 or 3 episodes of South Park in my entire life.
Oh, I would have figured that you'd be a South Park dude because they give no craps about what they're going on. If
Yeah.
people like, it's like the South or the Saturday Night Live with no boundaries.
Yeah,
You
like a
know,
Saturday Night Live if Saturday Night Live was good.
well, yeah, like it's Saturday Night Live if it was funny still, but they could pretty much just say without any boundaries. They could say and do go over any topics, whether it be mental handicap, whether it be politics, whether it be anything, and they
That's
just like destroy everything good about them
the
and just say,
yeah, the episodes of South Park I have watched I really enjoyed, and you know, it's always getting caught up in controversy, but I think it's because the writers of the show, it's 2 dudes, what are their names? I forget.
Trey Parker and I can't remember what the other one was.
And they're like hardcore libertarians if I remember correctly.
Oh, Matt Stone.
So
Yeah,
they're
Matt
on
Stone.
neither side of the political aisle, so they just make fun
Mhm.
of everyone pretty well. Pretty
That
well.
sounds perfect. So like I want to be like every religion and I want to be every race and everything just so I can make fun of everybody equally.
Yeah, there you go. It's not offensive if you're everything,
That's right.
you know? So,
And if it is, you could just plead ignorance. I'm sorry. I am this.
yeah,
If
exactly.
you're making fun of me, you're the one who's being mean. So,
Yeah, but I think South Park has gotten a lot of respect because of their willingness to make fun of everything, literally everything. There's like no topic that's really off for them.
well, including themselves, they put themselves in a bunch of episodes and pretty much just verbally raped themselves in it. So,
Yeah.
mhm.
Yep.
Well, there you go.
Top 5 cartoons.
Top 5 cartoons. Once again, everybody, make sure that you prop up Gospel's channel here. Hit the subscribe button and share it. Also, go to his YouTube channel. Once again, this episode is brought to you by Albion Online. Tell your own story by playing Albion Online at albiononline.com. If you didn't catch the beginning of this episode, then it will be on my YouTube channel tomorrow. Maybe. Not going to guarantee it,
Maybe.
but it'll be up there.
Maybe Sunday.
That's right. Sure. You can watch that instead of going to church if you choose,
Oh, you should.
or go to church and then watch it.
Yeah.
So, it's all right. Take us out of here, Gospel.
All right. I am Gospel. You can catch me on the Gospel channel, YouTube channel down below. You can subscribe. I make Resto content. Might put out some more general MMO content. I've put Weird Gaming Adventures links in the chat. He's got his Weird Parody Adventures and Weird Gaming Adventures. You can definitely check those channels out. And I'm Gospel. He's weird. We're both kind of weird. And we'll see you next
for
week.
both of us, Thimble.
Yeah, Thimble. All right, we'll catch you next
You
week.
don't mess with Thimble.
Peace.